सुनो मत बोलो. Wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% करे नाटक. किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो. ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना. Who asked you live at zero complete level? मौज में रहो, be happy.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Let us summarize the whole Upanishad, what we have learned so far. The first thing, the study of the scriptures help us change our vision. There are different standpoints through which we can go through the experiences of our life. One is the relative standpoint, wherein I versus you, knower versus the knower. This relativity is the predominant factor on the basis of which the life is lived. So, to understand, let us take an example. Wave against wave. So, what will be the relationship? Competition, jealousy, fighting, killing each other. I want to survive at the cost of others. Then second standpoint is the wave against the ocean. So the wave will never compete with the ocean. Wave will never like to overpower the ocean. Then what will be the relationship? Only surrender. Then the third standpoint is the relationship between the ocean and the waves. So what will be the attitude of the ocean towards the waves? Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshosti na priya. For me, everybody is the same. It is not that the tsunami is bad and the ripples are good. No. For me, everything is the same. That is the attitude of the ocean towards the waves. And the fourth standpoint, what will be the attitude of the water towards the ocean and the wave? From the water's point of view, neither ocean is the cause nor waves are the effect. So when we come at the level of the water, we have transcended the cause and effect. So ultimately, we have come to this point. Whenever we get caught up in cause and effect, there is no way out. And therefore, we have to change our standpoint. And this is what is told right in the first mantra itself, that the Isha Vasimidam Sarvam Yatkincha Jagatyam Jagat Tena Tyaktena Bhunjitha Ma Grudak Kasya Siddhanam. Why my throat is going and coming? So, look at the world as if it is an abode of the divine. In one of his texts, Bhagavan Shankaracharya writes, Deho Devalaya Proktaha Dehi Devo Niranjanaha Architaha Sarvabhavena Swanubhutya Prakashate. This is the training given to us in our Upasana. We go, like in Bombay, we go to buy Ganesh Ji during the Ganesh festival. And we bargain. Kitne ka hai Ganesh Ji? It is 5,000 rupees. 5,000. Then give me for 50 rupees. And we bargain. And finally we settle, okay, I'll give 500 rupees. From 5,000 to 50 to 500. And finally we buy that Ganeshji. and then we put him, and then say, Ganeshji, give me $1 million every day, please. Ganeshji will say, मेरी कीमत इतनी कम है, तुम इतना मांग रहे हो. See? So what is taught in Upasana is see something higher in the lower. This is Upasana. In the same manner, if we are living at the body level, if we are living at the prosperity level, then we are going far away from ourselves. Come back to yourself. And we look at the world as we have looked at ourselves. If I consider myself to be rich, then the world will be rich and poor. If I consider myself to be a good person, then the world is good and bad. But when we have accepted theoretically, may not be actually, that I am an expression of the divine. So the divine expresses only as happiness, nothing else. And therefore this vision change is told in the first mantra. As a result of this vision change, what will happen? Tena tyaktena bhunjitha ma ghrutak kasya siddhanam. Our indulgent philosophy will be discarded and the hoarding attitude will be reduced. These are the two things technically called. Hoarding attitude is artha purushartha and indulgence is the kama purushartha. There are only four things we are seeking in life: artha, kama, dharma and moksha. So artha is the wealth, ma ghrudak kasya siddhanam. Whatever is for us is more than enough. Alam, alam. Then the bhoga. If we do not exercise self-control on earning and indulgence, we can go to any limit. And therefore, self-control is necessary. That self-control is called as dharma purushartha. So you earn according to dharma. You indulge according to dharma. When self-discipline is introduced, we become our own friend. And when we are the victims of wealth and indulgence, we become our own enemy. Such a person who is leading a dharmic life, now he is no more a problem to himself. Friends, if somebody is a problem for me, I will go away. But if I am a problem myself, where will I go? And what is that problem? We are the victims of our own mind's vagaries. And therefore, this is told that seek something higher in life, you will automatically control yourself. But does it mean that we should be content, therefore, TK? No. That doesn't mean you should remain poor. Our scriptures tell Lakshmi is our goddess. Poverty is not Hinduism. Understand this thing. Work hard, earn lot, spend lot, enjoy life. But how? Kurvanne veha karmani jiji visheshatagam sama. Work in such a manner that you are able to remain 100% wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are. In short, add life to every moment that you live. Normally, yoga, tapasya, what they tell, see, if you do this thing, you will be healthy and you will live long. What will you do by living long? I have never understood this philosophy. Let us take example. There are, let us say, 4 people. One is living only for 10 years. Other is living for 100 years. Third is living for 1,000 years. Fourth is living for 10,000 years. For all of them, childhood is the same. Is it? For a person living for 100 years, the childhood is 100 years? No. Same. 3, 4, 5, 6 years. That's it. Then what is maximum? Old age. So if you want to curse somebody, never do that. If you want to curse somebody, say, may you live long, become old and let your grandchildren torture you. See, don't get carried away by that stupid thing. I want to live long for what? Converting the food into garbage, that's all. Therefore, Instead of adding years to your life, Upanishad says, add life to every moment that you live. That is called Upanishad. Now, if this is understood, then, but if we don't practice, then you will go to hell. Asurya namate loka andhena tamasa vrita tagamste pretyabhigachanti ye kecha atmano janaha. Those who are not utilizing the human birth for spiritual evolution, they are worse than animals. See? Therefore, the threatening is given. Atmano janaha, we have not utilized the opportunity that we are given. After this is done, now we are convinced, yes, in this very life, we have to discover our divine nature. Now, what is the divine nature? That was told. Tade jati, tanne jati. I'll take only one. Rest of the things you have already heard. Tade jati, tanne jati. That is changing as well as not changing. See? Meaning, this is another important principle we have to learn. All changes are established with reference to the changeless. When the old people say, now I have become old, who is telling? The body is telling? No, body doesn't tell. Then I am telling. So when you say I have become old, that means earlier I was young. So there are two principles. One is a changing principle. Second is the changeless. So when the changing principle is predominant in our experience, we say I am changing. But when the unchanging principle that we are, if that is predominant, I am the same. Therefore, old people's pathetic joke is, see, people call me old, but I don't feel I am old. You cannot feel. Because mind is the place where from the concept of time is born. It's little off the track, but understand it's very important. You stop the sequence. You have learnt everything. How? First, Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Sequence is there. Now, no sequence. Om Namah Shivaya. See? Come to a standstill. Why in sleep we are happy? Because one event, entered sleep. Thereafter, no event. We come to freedom from changes, freedom from movements. That is the meaning. Tade jati, tanne jati. When associated with the conditioning, it appears to be changing. When not associated with the conditioning, it is absolute truth. And therefore we told you, make absence as an object of your experience. Absence of one of the two things. The two things together constitute world. What is the world? It is said, Asti bhati priya nama rupa iti pancham shakam adyatrayam brahma rupam jagat rupam tato dvayam. So Asti bhati priya Satchidananda is Paramatma and nama rupa is the world. So be attentive. Rupa, the forms are outside. Name is inside. If the world is name and the form, that doesn't mean world is outside. World is inside equally. And if we have to go beyond the world, one of the two things, either give up the sounds, absence of sounds, or give up the forms, absence of the forms. So, when we are chanting the Lord's name, instead of hurrying up, finishing the job, as if it is a punishment. Oh no, sham, no, sham, no, sham. No, 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 it's not a punishment. Chant the Lord's name as we eat chocolate. How we eat chocolate? We put the chocolate in our mouth and parking lot, and then it continues for half an hour. Our chanting Lord's name is like Ayurvedic medicine. No, it is not how many times you chant, but how much time you are with the divine. That is important. See? So, for example, just chant slowly. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. The Lord's name will permeate in and through your whole system. See, friends. This is giving importance to the silence. Now, giving importance to the absence of forms. Try this technique also. You are in your room, absolute darkness, no light. Keep the eyes open because there is nothing to see, there is nothing seen. Because there is nothing seen, there is no seer born. But eyes are open, so seeing is happening. So seeing without the birth of a seer is the divine. Hearing without the sound. How to hear the silence? Silence is heard when we are indifferent to all the sounds. Give some example. Like you are listening now. कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता. So many satsanga we have heard, but we are a challenge to the Mahatmas. Now you try to improve it. Hey friends. Therefore, tade jati tanne jati. Focus attention on the changeless and you will come to discover. After this was told, then the next topic was, he who has thus recognized this divine nature, they are called as the Mahatma. When the Paramatma expresses through a person in full glory, that person is called as Mahatma. When the Paramatma is expressing through a person a partial glory, he is called a Jivatma. Now, what is the difference between the two? Jivatma is seeking happiness. Paramatma is expressing happiness. See? In Mundaka Upanishad, there is a mantra. Dva suparna sayuja sakhaya samanam vruksham parishashva jate tayo anyaha pippalam swadumatti anashnan anyaha avichakashiti. On a tree, that the body, and on a branch there are two birds, Sayuja Sakaya. They are exactly alike, like our face and the reflection in the mirror, exactly alike. Now between these two birds, one bird is perching on the fruits of that tree, and if the fruit is sweet, he will be very happy. If the fruit is bitter, he will be very, very miserable. But the other bird, he is not perching on any fruit of that bird, of that tree, and therefore he is happy. Come back to yourself. Any experience, good or bad, creates a happy or a miserable personality in you. You are Jiva. You are the soul. Make a soul curry and enjoy. And any experience, good or bad, if do not create a experiencer of any kind, you are divine. Now see how simple it is. So what should be the spiritual practice? Don't seek happiness. Express happiness. It is the same instrument. See, one person, he knows how to play the instrument. When he plays, music comes out. When a Aurangzeb like me plays, a noise comes out. Because I don't know how to use that instrument. In the same manner, let the divine express through us. Such Mahatmas, Saparyaga Shukramakayam Avranam Asnaviram, he who has discovered his divine nature, then Kavi Manishi Paribhu Swayambhu Yatha Tatyataha Arthan Vedadat Shashvatibhyas Samabhyaha. Such a Mahatma, he has given us all the scriptures. And therefore, we must live our life according to the scriptural injunctions. But we also must know where what is to be applied. After this was done, then the ultimate experience was told. Yastu sarvani bhutani atmannevanu pashyati sarva bhutastham atmanam na tato vijagupsate. He who is able to see himself reflected in others, and he who is able to include everybody in him, na tato vijagupsate, for such a person, the disease of hatred is completely wiped out. Hatred is the worst kind of thought in our mind. You may not like something, doesn't matter. One word we use very much in the USA and all the Western world. The word is not good. The word is, I hate. For every small little thing. I hate that. If you don't like, never mind. Hate means you bring out a poison in you. Don't say that. Nothing to hate. Na tato vijagupsate. Thereafter, thank you. Thereafter, the second mantra tells, Yastu sarvani bhutani atma eva abhut vijanataha tatra kam mohaha kashokaha ekatvam anupashyataha. When we include anything in the definition of I, we have no doubt, moha, no shoka, no frustration. See? We will love everything in life. And after this is done, so we are now completely prepared. This is one part of the Upanishad. Now this knowledge we have to apply in life. When knowledge is not applied in life, it becomes erudition and scholarship. Erudite scholars are exclusively miserable. I'll tell you example. There was one lady, she was writing her PhD thesis on Shatashloki, text of Bhagwan Shankaracharya from Bombay University. And she used to come to me and ask, Swami, this shloka, what is the meaning? I am not able to get it. So whatever I knew little bit, I used to tell her. Finally, she got her PhD. And then, after that, she showed me, Swamiji, by your grace, I got PhD. I said, very good. Who is your guide? So and so. I said, I like to take his darshan. When he can guide you, must be a great Mahatma. So I went to see him. Meeting was fixed in a small house in Bombay. So when I went, namaste, standing in the door, did not even say, please get in, and started talking. I have done this much, so many students I have guided, so many PhD, my books are published from here, my continuously going on. After 10 minutes, I said, may I get inside the house? No problem. No problem. Get in. Again, it started. Then I thought he is not going to tell me. So I myself sat down. And then he said, you are not talking. I said, when two people talk simultaneously, it is called a vitandavad. I have come to listen from you, I don't know to talk. And then he said, okay, I'll ask you a question. I said, I don't know anything. Why you are asking a question? No, I want to know how to do japa. I have never done japa in my life. How to do the japa? So I said, see, sir, you are so well informed. Do you know in Upanishad it is said that Vijnanatham Gurumeva Avigachet Savit Panhi Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. Yes, yes, yes. It is from this Upanishad. Yes, yeah, correct. See, you are so well read. And what is said? If you want to know something from somebody, you should accept me as your guru. And you are my disciple. Ready? Oh, Swamiji, I thought you were really making joke. I said, this is serious. It's not joke. Imagine you are guiding people in PhD and you do not know how to chant the Lord's name. Erudite scholars. See, friends, it is so important. When the knowledge is in the book, very hard to understand. Therefore, never take the guitar in the hand, feet on the table, and right hand coffee, and then why they are all in such school, I don't know. No. You cannot learn like that. You have to go to the teacher and learn. So, when we just want to study scriptures, we have to go to the teacher. Never study scriptures on your own. You will create confusions and chaos which will be difficult to remove thereafter. So, this erudition and scholarship is the biggest obstacle. So what is to be done? We have to understand. Our life has two expressions. One is karma, second is knowledge. Now what is karma? Karma is action plus sense of doership is karma. Like document plus authentication is a deed. If you have got only a document and if it is not authenticated, it is not a legal deed in the same manner. If we are doing something and if there is no doership associated, then karma is not, and because there is no karma phala. See? When I go and take food many places, so I had to go through, these are my professional hazards. I have no complaints. There is a saying, once you put your head in ukhal, before you put you think. Once you put, then don't count how many are coming. These keep on coming. So we have put our head in the ukhal, now let it come. So when I was given food, 4, 5, 6 of those Mahamayas standing there in a Vivekananda pose and watching me how I eat. You don't know what a comfortable experience it is when you are watching somebody is watching you. That is one of the reasons I get stomachache. So I took the chapati, make a spoon out of it, took a dip in the dal, but there was no dal. Then something like that, and prepared a bite. When the bite was prepared, I am supposed to eat that. But my attention was neither at myself or the food, at them. So when the food was coming near, their mouths were opening. Tadatmya. And then I saw the crocodile. The crocodile opens the maximum, isn't it? So when I saw one crocodile, I said, Amma, please come. So she came, among all, I am only called. And then I said, Mama, before I take food, it is by rule, I give it to Bhagwan Krishna. Today you are my Krishna. Take it. So I gave her. After that, everything was over. Then she came, Swamiji, what will happen? I said, nothing will happen. Do you know, today is the Ekadashi, gave me food. Now what will happen? Nothing, you'll go to hell. Ekadashi, khana khaya, go to hell. No. Then, now what we have to learn? I have taken food. So in the act of eating, I was associated. When the food goes inside the stomach, is this I am digesting? See? That is also a kriya, and we eat, that is also a kriya. So when the food has gone inside and one person gets constipation, Mahapunyavan, Meritorious, he got constipation. The other one, he gets dysentery. Mahapapi? No. Because any kriya, any act not associated with doership is no karma. Therefore, yad yad karma karomi tattad akhilam shambho tavaradhana. Therefore, friends, here the teacher tells that karma is meant for purification of the mind. And what is the impurity in the mind? The sense of doership. I have done this, I have done this. Remove this I. Less of I and more of we. See? Then how to do this? This is a little grammar. Use passive voice. You know the three voices: active voice, passive voice, and neutral. The kartari prayog, karmani prayog, and bhave prayog, Sanskrit. So in kartari prayog, active voice, the I is important. I have done that. What is done is not important. I is important. Second thing, hey, that work is done. The work is important. Who has done is not important. Therefore, use passive voice in your life. Oh, that is done. But we want there, my name. See, friends, by this, we will free ourselves from the sins associated with karma. Then the second thing, upasana. Why upasana is done? Upasana is done for the second problem of our mind. Our mind is not available to us whenever we want. We want sincerely. Pata nahi, man lag nahi raha hai. Everywhere, same problem. So, upasana is a training by which we are able to apply our mind for a given job, for a required length of time without any efforts. If such a mind is available to us, then only we are working on the mind. Friends, a seeker is born when he or she starts working on the mind. Work on the mind. And what is working on the mind? Remove these two things. One is the sense of doership. And second is complaining about the mind all the time. My mind is very disturbed. What should I do? Do it is your mind. What can I do? Now you tell something. Even if I tell you, but is your mind listening to you? We have spoiled our mind. See, we are spoiled. You know how it is? When you have got only one child and both the parents are earning a lot, so they don't sprinkle love on the child. They hosepipe the love on the child. And then that anything that dumb child wants, the child gets it. The child has never heard in his life, no. This is the Maha Mantra. We should have the ability to say no. We should have the ability to receive no from the world. Exactly the same principle for the mind. Mind says, in the morning, 4 o'clock, I must have tea. No. This no means no. Learn this. The ability to deny and the courage to accept denial. There was a girl in Mumbai, it happened, a Kannadiga girl from Karnataka. She was, I think, an architect. She was teaching in the college. And her friend, also architect, a Punjabi, from Delhi. They were in love and all that. Finally, they got engaged. After engagement, he went to Delhi and she was in Bombay. Marriage will be fixed sometime. So what happened? He sent his wedding card to this girl to whom he was engaged. Please treat our engagement cancelled And I thank you very much. You introduced me to one of your friend. I am getting married to her. Now, when this happened, that girl went into such a terrible shock. And then, what to do, what to do? So they came to us. And Swamiji, what should I do? I said, you go away. Leave her alone with me. I said, sit there. I said, hey, what's your name? My name is Kalpana, a college teacher talking in this language. What you study? Me? English, Punjabi. She is not a Punjabi. Punjabi. The shock has reverted her back to the child age. She could not take that shock. Why? Because we have never experienced denial in our life. Friends, perpetual success is a curse. We must get kicks in life. Then only the spiritual path goes perfectly well. Our spirituality is a 5-star spirituality. AC, UC, DC, IC. See? Therefore, friends, this denial we have never experienced. One boy recently called me. He appeared for some exam and he could not get. Only for 1 mark he was denied. So he was crying. I said, you dumb, don't cry. This is not the cul-de-sac that it is all over. No, there are many more opportunities in life. Don't give up. Therefore, karma and upasana, they are meant to work on the mind. External what you have is okay, but it is not necessary. What is important is how we are inside. See, friends, suppose somebody is giving you great food, very nice, but with a disgust. Hello, will you enjoy that? On the contrary, somebody is giving you simple dhokla. See? That dhokla is in my kundali. In every house there is a dhokla. And that dirty thing I never like. Do you know why I don't like dhokla? There is a reason behind it. Once one truck driver was repairing his truck. Our bus was also standing. This happened in Jamnagar. So, the driver was Sardarji and his handyman was a Gujarati. So he told handyman, hey, wo lena, some name he told, Spencer lena. Gujarati is not able to understand. Punjabi talking in a hurry, angry, what can you understand? So he could not understand. Then Punjabi got angry. Are dhokle, wo hai na? When I heard dhokla as an abuse, I said, I am not going to eat it. See, friends, come out of negativities in life. What matters is not what you have. What matters is how you are with what you have. That is important. See, you will see in abundance, riches, you get both types of people, happy, miserable. In the poor families, there also you get happy and miserable people. Therefore, more than where you are, what is important is how you are. That is important. More than what you are, find out who you are. The whole attitude in life will change. So this knowledge will change us from within. Now, after we have changed, now we have to apply that in day-to-day life. Now, where do we apply? That was the next topic. The next topic was that we have to live at 2 levels, at individual family level and at the society level. So if we get too much involved in the society level, then we neglect our families. That is not good. And if you are so selfish, only I, and we disrespect the society, that is also not good. Extremism is no good. we must have a perfect balance. Take care of your family as well as we are equally responsible for the society where we are living. That is the field of application. After this was done, now the teacher is taking us to the last leap. Last leap is what? Now we have got the following things. Either we are absolute reality divine, no problem. Or we are average people working spiritual life, no problem. If we think ourselves to be a soul, Swamiji, what happens after death? So many people ask this question. My answer is only one. When you are alive, nothing has happened. What can happen after death? Maybe people will be happy. Thank God, gaya. See? So for such people, the next mantras come. Hiranymayena patrena satyasya pihitam mukham tattvam pushanna pavrunu satya dharmaya drishtaye. Pushan is Lord Sun. So this is the prayer offered to Lord Sun. It is said, Hiranymayena patrena satyasya mukham apihitam. By the glitter, the truth is hidden. By the design, by the name, by the fashion of the ornaments, the gold is hidden. So we go and buy the things only on the basis of the design, etc. But inside, is it gold or it is fake? That our attention doesn't go. Is gross example. Now come back to yourself. Colors and forms hide our vision. Our sense organs hide our mind. Our mind cover our intellect. Our intellect cover our life. Our life covers the divine. Hiranymayena patrena satyasya mukham apihitam. The truth is hidden by the projections. See, friends. Then tattvam pushan apavruno. Hey Pushan, O son, kindly remove that. Why should I remove? Satya dharmaya drishtaye. Because I want to discover my essential nature. So this prayer is offered to Sun. So how should we start? Those people who wake up after the sunrise, in the next life, they become bed bugs. So next life, next time, you see anywhere bed bugs, Mama, Daddy, how are you? Our day must begin early in the morning. This is so important, my friends. In deep sleep, we are nobody. Maintain that nobody status during your spiritual practice. The moment you will become somebody, mother, father, brother, in-law, outlaw, then that dirty personality will come out. Spiritual practice, this is the most important thing. We have to be nobody. Then only we can focus attention on the divine. When I am a grandmother and I am doing puja, and when I see Krishna there, after looking at Krishna, I remember the useless grandchild. My child is also like that. And Krishna is doing, mere par dekh rahi hai. There was one old man. He was asking me, Swami, have you seen that Sri Krishna serial? I said, I have seen original. I don't see the duplicates. Actually, whenever I see that serial, Sri Krishna, I am reminded of my grandson. See, looking the sublime and remembering the ridiculous. See, friends. And therefore, what is that we discovering our divinity is this Panchakoshas. Body, prana, mind, intellect and ignorance. O Lord, help me rise above this. Therefore, to summarize, only two things are the spiritual steps on the spiritual path. One step is freedom from body identification. What does it mean? When we are identified with the body, We have Sukha Kachra. You know, our Indore is the most beautiful city, and there everywhere there are these, dustbins kept, and so beautifully written, Sukha Kachra, Gila Kachra. All our possessions are Sukha Kachra. I tell you Sukha Kachra example. Somebody in Mumbai, uh, I have never seen him, but his son used to come sometime for my talk. So he came once. He said, Swamiji, I want to give something. I said, cash? No, my father has a huge collection of books, and we never read that. And he was never allowing anybody to take even one book. Now, what we do with those books? Therefore, we want to give you. See? So, for others, it was Sukha Kachra. But that old man, before dying, he will not give his book to anybody. Friends, remember this. ये ईट पत्थर है ना, यही रहते हैं. Don't get carried away too much by this. Lesser the possession, happier you are. They say travel light. But we travel with such a huge load that we require a truck. Where are you going? I am going for a picnic. We need a truck. See, friends. So therefore, first spiritual practice, play what it is like being other than the body. Play. Work on it. I am not telling you, like, he's a yoga teacher, he may not like, but who cares? See, yoga tells you chitta vritti nirodha. Don't get lost in that. Nobody has ever attained chitta vritti nirodha. See, why we should be afraid of the thoughts? No, my eyes run here and there, therefore I destroy my eyes. Then you are dumb. See? Then what is to be done with the mind? Apply the mind in contemplation. What is the contemplation? What it is like being other than the body. We don't have to destroy. Just think over it. What it is like being other than the body. Then slowly you will start working on yourself. Other than the body means I am other than this container. Means what? I don't have this shape. I don't have this color. I don't have this smallness. Okay. If I am other than the body, means what? What are the qualities of the body? Body has got a shape. Okay. So other than the body means what? I have no shape, no form. So start playing. What it is like being formless. When you give your mind formlessness, your thinking process comes to an arrest. This is one technique. Second technique is don't talk to yourself. You cannot think. If you don't talk to yourself, you cannot think. Third way, think whatever you like. But don't use any word. Think without words. Fourth technique, don't become anybody, remain nobody and think. Conclusion, at the root of every thought, there is a foreign body called Mr. Somebody. Like if a thorn goes in our foot, And if we are not able to remove it in time, the foot tissue will start reacting. There will be a swelling, there will be tenderness, there will be inflammation, it will become reddish, it will be very painful. What can be done? Remove it, then you don't have to do anything. The tissue will automatically heal back. Exactly the same way. Anything that enters in our mind, it is a foreign body. And because of that foreign body, the mind tissue starts reacting. Reaction of the mind tissue is called as thought. Remove the foreign body. We think about ourselves, our body. We think about our parents, our grandparents, our great grandparents, maximum 2, 3, 4 generations. Before that, think we have never included them in our mind. Therefore, no thoughts about them. So how the world enters in our mind? This is easier to understand, that the thorn enters the foot. But how the world enters in our mind? When we have given importance to anything or anybody, that thing has entered in our mind. And as a result, a reaction happens in the mind. The reaction is desire or thoughts. See? Therefore, before we become anybody, so who is anybody? Anybody is in the mind, the body identification has entered and somebody is born. Then his mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, and not one, but a complete poultry farm is there. Sometime go in a poultry farm, in that their complete enclosure, go slowly, without making any noise, and just stand there. Birds are birds, they will come and they'll peck your foot. The moment they peck, you will, oh, the whole thing will start. Exactly the same thing happens in our poultry farm. See? Therefore, begin your spiritual practice before you become anybody. This is the meaning of prayer to the Lord, Satya Dharmaya Drishte. If you really want to discover yourself, then we have to get out of body-oriented lifestyle. See? That which will strengthen, that which will confirm that I am body is not spiritual life. Health and long life is a curse. We are easily able to get out of something which troubles us. But all the time, how long? See, those people who are weightlifters, they are normally maximum up to the age of 25, 24, 26, not beyond that. Thereafter, how many times will they lift it and put it down? And then nobody bothers about them. So they also stop it. Then all the biceps, they start migrating. They go to the thigh muscles. And then the Madhya Pradesh comes out. See? Body is required, but it is not all. Thereafter, in the second mantra, the teacher says, Pushanne karshe yama surya prajapatya vyuha rashmin samuha tejo yatte rupam kalyanatamam tatte pashyami yosavaso purushaha sohamasmi. When this is done, again the prayer is to the Surya. Surya Ekarshe, the one who is moving in this world, and Yama or the controller, Prajapatya, the son of Prajapati, Vyuha Rashman Samuha, kindly withdraw all your rays. Now be attentive. The rays of the eyes are colors and forms. The rays of the mind are five sense organs, five organs of action. The rays of I are the mind and its funniness. The rays of life are the whole life around. And the rays of Paramatma is the expansion of this world. Now here that prayer is, view her Ashwin Samuha, kindly withdraw all of them, O Lord. Then what will happen? Yatte pashyami sova asau purushaha soham asmi. When we have discarded everything, objects are discarded, sense organs discarded, mind discarded, I discarded, and when nothing remains to be discarded, that aheyam, that which cannot be negated, is the truth. And what is that truth? Nobody. Withdraw. View her Ashwin Samuha. So what will be the spiritual practice? We have to start our journey from the periphery and reach the center. See friends, we are caught up in this. View her Ashwin Samuha. Then what happened? It is said here, so yo sau aso purushaha. Then I come to discover. Aha, now I know who am I. And then, who am I and who is in the sun is one and the same thing. They are not two. This is what is called Brahmatmaikya Bodha. So this topic comes in Bhagavad Gita 15th chapter. I'll tell you in short quickly, be very attentive. See, Bhagavan starts from Yadaditya gatam tejaha jagat bhasete kilam, and slowly he comes in the prithvi, then in the stomach, aham vaishvanaro bhutva, then he comes in the heart, sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishtaha, then he says, mattaha smriti jnanam apohanancha, I support waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi. Therefore, vedai sarvaihi ahameva vidyaha. What is worthy of knowing in life is who is this I. See, the same theme here. And that I am, after that is over, then the last two mantras, they are told for those who are not ready to accept it. Swami ji, marne ke baad kya hota hai? Now listen. Vayu anilam idam amrutam atha bhasmantam shariram om krato smara kritam smara krato smara kritakam smara. Your body, gross body will be reduced to ashes. And the subtle body will go out. Now what we have to understand? You cannot destroy the light in the bulb. Bulb may become fused. Light cannot be destroyed. And light doesn't go anywhere also. When a bulb becomes fused, is the light coming out of one bulb going to another bulb? No. In the same manner, when the body is burned to ashes, nothing happens to the jiva, the soul, because he never existed. See, the real word is jiva na. Na means not. We are abhivyakti. We are a manifestation of the divine. We are not vyakti. We are not the individuality. See, friends, the light in the bulb is manifestation of electricity. They appear many because of the many bulbs. In the same manner, we appear many because our attention is on the body. Life-wise, we are common. Here the teacher says, you are not jiva. Never were you born, never will you die. And this body you cannot stop. It will be reduced to ashes. Therefore, vayu anilam idam bhasmantam shariram. And therefore, what is to be done? Om krato smara kritakam smara. So, keep your mind in tune with the divine. And what is the divine? No noise. Keep absence as an object of experience. Keep cool. No more poultry farm. Cock, 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 cock. What happened to then he will, how does it matter? See, we have to get involved with everything. It's important. Don't get involved with anything. And then prayer to the Lord. Agnene supasaraye asman vishwani devo vayunani vidwan yo jasmat juhuranameno huishtam tena muktim videna. So we are praying to the Lord Agni. He is the Karma Devata. O Lord Agni, kindly take us by the right path to the divine and not by the wrong path. With this, we have concluded our satsanga. And with this, I will leave. And when I am going, please don't come and block my way, because I have to go to do another drama somewhere in Manhattan. So you eat their heads, let me go. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.